Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly chilling story straight from the natural world. We're looking at six lions whose highly unusual actions didn't just, disrupt their environment. They permanently collapsed a massive ecosystem. This is a story that literally rewrote the rulebook on what wildlife scientists thought they knew about predator behavior.
Right off the bat, we've got to talk about this staggering number, over 100 kills. I mean, this isn't just a high statistic. It highlights a pattern of behavior that scientists had absolutely never seen before in any predator in recorded history. By 2006, they had killed an estimated 100 lions across their reserve. We are talking about a level of pure aggression that goes completely against the grain of basic wildlife survival.
Part 1. The Mapogo Outlaws. Formed in the early 2000s inside South Africa's Sabi Sand Game Reserve, these six males earned the Zulu name Mapogo, which fittingly translates to outlaws. And man, did they live up to that name. Within months, every animal in the region knew who they were and absolutely feared them because they flipped the script entirely. See, normal lion coalitions operate on a pretty predictable set of rules, right? They claim a territory, they defend it, and they hunt when they're hungry. But the Mapogo? They didn't even bother defending. They just went on the offensive everywhere. And the most shocking part? They killed and then walked away without even eating. This wasn't driven by hunger at all. This was something else entirely.
Just to give you an idea of their intensity, within just their first year as a coalition, they wiped out over 40 rival lions. And we're not just talking about rival males looking for a fight. The Mapogo slaughtered cubs, females, the elderly, individuals who posed absolutely zero threat to their rule.
And they didn't even stop at their own species. They aggressively targeted the heavyweights of the ecosystem: buffalo, hippos, crocodiles. These are massive, incredibly dangerous animals that normal lions almost completely avoid just to prevent unnecessary injury. But the Mapogos actively went after all of them, basically breaking every known rule of predator self-preservation. There's this one observation from a ranger with decades of experience in the bush that perfectly captures their terrifying mindset. He actually watched a Mapogo male kill a naturally fearless scavenger, a hyena, stare down a human vehicle, and just slowly walk away without even an ounce of fear. It perfectly highlights their bizarre killing methods and their absolute, undeniable dominance over everything in their path.
Part 2. A calculated strategy. So, wildlife scientists who spent years studying them reached a deeply unsettling conclusion. This unrelenting aggression, it wasn't raw natural instinct. It was a calculated method. They didn't just drive rivals away. They systematically eliminated them so they couldn't recover, rebuild, and return. It's like they operated with this terrifying military-like coordination. They divided their vast territory into specific patrol zones. Different members would actually rotate covering different areas. And when they did strike rival prides, they'd coordinate their attacks from multiple directions simultaneously. Literally no lion coalition in recorded wildlife history had ever operated with this kind of systematic, preemptive strategy.
Part 3. Complete ecosystem collapse. So, what actually happens when an apex predator stops acting like a normal predator and starts acting like an extermination squad? Well, to grasp the scale of the fallout, you have to understand the immense size of their territory. At the peak of their reign, the Mapogo controlled a staggering 170,000 acres of land. That is a massive expanse of the African landscape falling entirely under the absolute, undisputed control of just 6 individual lions. Because they systematically eliminated or attacked literally everything in that 170,000 acre zone, they created a total predator vacuum. Not a single predator dared to step foot in their territory. Leopards entirely abandoned their historical ranges. Cheetahs disappeared completely from regions they had safely occupied for years. Even hyena clans, which are usually these incredibly resilient, fearless scavengers, completely vanished from Mapogo territory. Now, here's where the ecosystem collapse really kicks in. Because the natural competing predators were gone, herbivore populations suddenly exploded out of control. And this is exactly how you break an ecosystem. Unchecked, these massive herds overgraze the landscape, stripping the environment of vegetation, causing severe soil erosion, and fundamentally destroying the habitats that countless other smaller species relied on to survive. They completely shattered the natural balance of the entire food chain across the region.
Part 4. The permanent aftermath.
Of course, no rain lasts forever in a wild, By 2010, the inevitable realities of age and accumulated injuries finally caught up with the seemingly invincible Mapogo. The once unbreakable alliance began to unravel, one by one. Looking at their timeline, you can see how rapid this arc was, from their formation to complete domination and ecosystem collapse by 2006, followed by a really swift unraveling starting in 2010. By 2012, we got the last confirmed sighting of a Mapogo male. After that, they vanished into the bush without a trace, and no bodies were ever found.
Yet, even after the outlaws completely vanished, the damage was already done. The surrounding lion prides had been so thoroughly decimated that it took nearly a decade for them just to recover their numbers. And when those predators and prey animals that had fled the region eventually did return, they stepped back into a barren, heavily overgrazed 170,000-acre landscape that had been fundamentally altered from its natural state. This deeply scarred environment is exactly why wildlife scientists reached a really stark conclusion. These 6 outlaws didn't just rule their environment, they broke it entirely. The sheer scale of their systematic elimination strategy traumatized an entire region of Africa, leaving deep, lasting ecological scars that reshaped its natural mechanics for years to come.
Which leaves us with this profound final question. 6 lions traumatized a region, permanently collapsed a food chain, and vanished, leaving wildlife researchers debating this very topic to this day. Was this unprecedented, system-breaking behavior just some bizarre mutation of pure animal instinct, or were the Mapogo actually executing a deliberate, highly calculated military strategy? What do you think?